Earlier this week, NYSE-listed Zeta Global reported its latest earnings, highlighting the firm's 18th consecutive beat and raise quarter. Shares of Zeta are up more than 10% so far this week. Joining me now is David Steinberg, Zeta Global's co-founder, chairman, and CEO. David, thanks so much for joining the show.
Oh, thanks for having me, Caroline. I always love being on.
Well, I'm glad to have you. And first things first, in case Zeta is unfamiliar to some of our viewers, you've called it the largest big data company that nobody's ever heard of. So give us a breakdown of how you're actually helping brands find customers here.
So we use one of the world's largest data clouds. We have 552 million people who are opted into our data cloud that we have trillions of data points on to train our proprietary artificial intelligence models to help very large enterprise meaningfully lower their cost and create much higher return on investment for customer acquisition, retention, and monetization.
Okay, so 18 straight beat and raise quarters. At this point, that's not luck. So what allows you to really deliver that level of consistency?
You know, first of all, I'm super proud of the team. We were joking the other day. We just realized that this is our 18th year and our 18th consecutive quarter. So it was exciting. What I would tell you is that we solve our clients' biggest problems. For every dollar a marketer spends on our software, we return them $6 to $7 in revenue. That's a 600 to 700% return. And when you do that, your clients are going to continue to spend more. Last year, I think one of the things that people were very excited about is we had a net retention rate of 120% as a company. And when you do that, it's sort of easier to understand your numbers and have a lot of visibility and to hit that 18 of 18.
You know, there's a lot of talk about this SaaSpocalypse right now, the idea that AI is going to kill software as we know it. Why is AI an accelerant for you versus a threat?
Well, first of all, I've seen a lot of silly narratives over the years on Wall Street. This might be the silliest. I equate it to when the internet came along and everybody said software was going away. When cloud computing came along, everybody said it was going away. And in all cases, these technologies were plugged into software platforms like Zeta, which we're doing now. We've already announced a major partnership with OpenAI that I think people are really discounting. But we're also using Anthropic today. We're also using Gemini today. We're also using Microsoft Copilot today. And you could go through the whole different scheme. We started programming at Zeta in AI in 2017. In fact, Caroline, the day we went public, we put the big flag on the outside of the New York Stock Exchange. Ours said data plus AI equals intent. And everybody was asking me, who's Al? And why is he in charge of your data policy, right? That's how long ago that we started doing this. But this narrative is just not right. Now, what I think will happen is we will integrate large language models as we've done with Athena, which is our conversational super agent, which we think is really the next generation product that will allow our clients from a voice perspective to control our platform and be navigated through it. We'll adopt all of these platforms. We'll pay them. They'll take a percentage of what we make in the form of payment, but they're going to make our businesses so much more efficient that it'll more than offset the cost of using those platforms. So one of the things I also talk about is, years ago we had hosting centers. Now we use cloud computing. AWS is one of our biggest partners. We work across all of them, quite frankly. But AWS is one of our larger expenses. But at the same time, we've added 500 basis points to operating margin over the last 3 years. And we've grown the business substantially faster than our AWS expenses has grown. So I think you're going to see a very similar thing with the large language models. Now, listen, if you're running a company that is purely workflow management based, you might have some challenges, adopting, and you're going to need a new strategy. But for Zeta, we're creating intelligence. And that intelligence results in a 600 to 700% return on investment for our clients. Our clients look at us as a revenue center, not a cost center, which is an important place to sit with a client in today's environment.
Okay, we only have about 30 seconds left, but what makes 2026 a beat and raise year as well? What needs to happen here? Other than maybe lifting your expectations a bit.
I was going to say, right? I mean, you're already hitting me on this. What I would say is our goal as a public company is to beat and raise for as many quarters as we can. Our goal is to be sitting here with you next year and talking about our 22nd consecutive beat and raise quarter. I mean, we raised guidance. We're already guiding to a 35% revenue growth this year, a 40% EBITDA growth, and a 40% free cash flow growth. We had our first net income positive quarter in Q4, and we're guiding to being net income positive for this calendar year. We're going to have to keep solving our customers' biggest problems, but when you have a net retention rate as high as we have it, it's easier to forecast and it's easier to meaningfully grow your company.
Okay, well, I hope I'm here next year and that AI hasn't taken my job by then. David Steinberg, Zeta Global's co-founder, chairman, and CEO, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, and I'm highly confident you'll be here in a year.
All right, you heard it here first.